thinking, if you don't want me mixing with Creed no more, we'll make out some other kind of way, you know?
Win. Win.
What are we waiting for? Take this!
After Rocky's rather impressive 15-round battle with the overconfident Apollo Creed, heavyweight champion of the world, Rocky becomes quite the legend. Rocky tries to give up fighting and live a normal life. However, the call of the fighter and the need for Apollo to prove himself as the undisputed champion suddenly pushes both Rocky and Creed back into the ring again. How does Rocky II compare to its predecessor, and should you watch it? Let's find out. Now, before we go too far, I'd like to give a shout out to all those gosh darn actors and their amazing performances. So I was sitting there watching Burgess Meredith, the guy who plays Mickey, giving his speech to Rocky while they were in the church in this one. And it occurred to me, my gosh, there are some amazing motivational speeches in these movies, and the actors do an incredible job. All of them do. So I just want to shout out to all of them for their amazing job in these movies with these speeches that just, they just give me goosebumps. I'm like, hell yeah, yeah. Comparing Rocky 1 to Rocky 2, I'd say Rocky 2 is kind of like World War II is to World War I. I've always felt like World War II was World War I Part 2. They just had to take a little break, recover a little bit before they went at it again. That's what Rocky 2 feels like to me as well. I almost feel like you can't separate that. That's like the story of him traveling to become a champion. And Rocky 1 is almost a half point in the movie. We can't make a 4-hour-long movie, so we're going to have to stop here and make another movie to continue this. And that's what it always felt like to me, and it's hard to separate the two movies. They feel like kind of the same movie, just the second part of it, in my opinion. And it's for this reason that I enjoyed this movie in a similar way and close to as much. Although it is a bit shift in tone from the first one, but very close. In some ways, I like it better, in some ways. Because in this one, I feel like Creed and Rocky are in it to win. No one's messing around. The first time you had the overconfident Creed, cocky, lazy, stupid. A tool in this movie that just inspires me so much, it's the call to action. It's the call to fulfill your destiny. Both Rocky and Creed are fighters. There's a call to destiny for them. As much as they want to resist it, that's their destiny. And until they learn to accept that and embrace it 100%, nothing's going to happen. And it doesn't mean they're going to win necessarily. That's not the point. The point is they are fighters, and there's people, their loved ones, who don't want them to go and want them to fight. But it's like, I'm sorry, we're fighters. We have to fight, man. That's what he's born to do. And he was resistant at first. He tried to live the normal life. He really did. Creed tried to let it go that he barely won and that the people talk trash about him. He tried. But these guys are fighters. And these guys are striving to be the best and striving to do their best. Can you imagine being Creed from the first one? Knowing that you went in kind of half-arsed, you didn't really try as hard, you didn't train as hard as you could, and now you're going to not fight this guy again? You're like, no, I need to try my best, train as hard as I can, then fight this guy. And then, and only then, can I let it go. If he beats me, then he beats me. But if people say he's better than me now based on that I didn't even try my hardest, can't do that. Sorry. Same with Rocky. They had to do it. It was inevitable. The big key in this one is acceptance. They have to accept their fate. And then by accepting their fate and fully embracing it, their loved ones have to learn to accept and support them for who they are. They are fighters. And that's what I learned from this one. In summary, for me personally, this Rocky is a close second. Not as quite as good as the first because it was just the original creation story kind of thing. And this one's almost a continuation of it. But it's a close second, guys. And the reason why, in fact, all these movies hold a very dear part in my heart. Even the ones that are more cheesy. Some of the ones are really cheesy. It's the theme of life and the reputation of life and having to fight and the ups and downs of life and how to overcome and to fight. Going in one more round when you don't think you can, that makes all the difference. This one and the first one so far have been amazing to revisit. That's why I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. But hey guys, you don't have to stop here and continue to watch. I have my Rocky playlist right there. It might end up being a not Rocky playlist and be more of a Sylvester Stallone playlist. Or you can choose this movie right here, which is a random algorithm selected one.